Hey y'all, how y'all doing today? I'm hoping y'all are having a blessed and God-filled day. I'm on. I came on to give you one, right? So I want to talk about generational curses and generational wealth and things like that. A lot of people may not agree with what I'm about to say. They may have their different, put it to you like this. What I've learned is everyone's journey is different. Everyone's understanding is different. I've learned that two things can be true at the same time. There is times where it's a thin line between what's right and what's wrong. It's all according to your perception, your belief, and your understanding. I want to get that out of the way before I go any further, right? So if this is for you, it's for you. If not, you can keep going. Take what you can, leave the rest on the shelf. That's what I was always taught. But anyway, so the thought came to me about, let's start with the generational curses and breaking generational curses and stuff like that, and generational wealth, whatever. A lot of times it can be translated as money, basically. Finances, breaking the generational curses. We ain't gonna be broke no more. And generation, it does not necessarily have anything to do with money. And a lot of times it's not really materialistic at all. For me, I'm looking at the spiritual standpoint. Generational curses. So I'm gonna just give you an example of what I'm talking about. I'm gonna go with this. I know back in the day, my parents, used to say, "Don't do what I do, do what I say." Do what I say, not what I do. And they did the best that they could to lead, guide, and direct me in the best way that they knew how with what they had. And then as I had children, I would say the same thing to them, right? Don't do what I do what I say. But as of today, I realize that that's not a great saying. That is completely wrong. Because if we are really trying to guide our children or anybody else, right, we have to lead by example. And being that example isn't always in the things that we say. Because a funky pair of lips can say any motherfucking thing. What's the action behind what you're saying? It's about leading by example. It ain't all about what a person says. What are they doing? What are their actions showing? Because action speaks louder than words. So when it comes to generational curses, on that level, right? I've learned that history repeats itself. I looked over my life. I went back in my life and in my generation and the generations before me, right? And I saw patterns. Those generational things were passed down. Behaviors, beliefs, things of that nature, right? So if I really am truly a generational curse breaker, it's up to me to heal, first of all. Heal and decide to do something different. It's all about doing something different. But you can't do any better if you don't know any better. It's up for us to seek, learn, and grow, right? So basically, where I'm at is I have the opportunity to guide my grandchildren, right? Through the things that I've experienced and learned throughout my life. And this is where the generational curse breaking comes in. Do different. Just doing different. I'm not passing down all the things that my parents taught me, or how they disciplined me, or how they guided me. I see differently today. So it's my job to guide my grandchildren in that way. And also my children. Anybody I come in contact with, basically. But I'm specifically speaking on generational curse breaking. Right? I have to heal. I have to stand accountable for the things in my life and heal. And only then, you can't transmit something that you don't have. You can say things all day and all night long, but if you're not living it, if it's not within you, you cannot transmit it to anyone else. You have to lead by example, right? Here's the generational wealth. It ain't all about finances. It's good, and it could be. Don't get me wrong. But mainly the financial wealth. I mean, not the financial wealth. See what I'm saying? I done got to talking about money, child. The generational wealth that I'm talking about is the life lessons that I've learned through my experience. I've healed from certain things in my life. And through that healing, I've learned and I've grown and I've evolved. And I see things in a totally different way. Right? And so with this knowledge and the wisdom that I have, I can share it with my children and grandchildren and anyone else, right? But again, we're talking about generational things. That's generational wealth. That wisdom and knowledge that I've gained throughout my life and my experiences, I could pass those things down. And then they could pass them down. That's something that money can't buy. A book, you can't read it in a book. You can't go to school and be taught. Experience. Some things have to be experienced. And that's the generational wealth that I will gladly pass down to my children, grandchildren, and Lord say the same, my great-grandchildren. Right? We get so caught up in materialistic things, finances, and stuff like that. And a lot of times it's not even about that. We miss the bigger picture. I do not want my grandchildren to go through what I went through. Right? So I heal so that I can be a better example for them. I show them with my actions, my behaviors, the life I live day to day, right? I don't just talk about it. I have to be an example. I can sit here and tell my kids or my grandkids all day, pray, go to God, pray about it. I'm praying for you. But if I'm not taking the action to actually be doing those things, come on now. We have to lead by example. I know that I'm rambling right now, but I'm posting. It's what came to me. I'm sharing it. It is what it is. Well, anyway, I gotta go. So, until I see y'all again, I love you. And I'm hoping you're having a blessed and God-filled day. Take care of yourselves and see you later. Bye.